All right, Dodgers fans, the moment we have all been waiting for is finally here. The World Series is upon us, and the Los Angeles Dodgers are stepping into it with a clear plan, a confident roster, and that familiar fire that burns every October. It is not just another postseason. This one feels different. You can sense it around Dodger Stadium, in every conversation, in every fan's voice. The excitement is everywhere, from downtown Los Angeles all the way up the coast. The Dodgers are back on baseball's biggest stage, and now they are ready to face the Toronto Blue Jays for the very first time in a World Series matchup that is already shaping up to be one for the history books. The Dodgers have revealed their master plan for how they are going to open this series, and let me tell you, they're not holding anything back. Manager Dave Roberts has confirmed that Blake Snell will take the ball in Game 1, followed by Yoshinobu Yamamoto in Game 2. That is the same rotation order that completely shut down the Milwaukee Brewers in that dominant sweep during the National League Championship Series. The Dodgers are hoping lightning strikes twice, and if Snell and Yamamoto pitch the way they did against Milwaukee, the Blue Jays are going to have a real problem on their hands. Because of the standings, the Blue Jays earned home field advantage this year, meaning the first 2 games will be played in Canada. That might sound like a disadvantage for the Dodgers, but if we have learned anything from this team over the years, it is that they do not care where they play. Whether it is in Los Angeles, Milwaukee, or Toronto, they show up ready to win. Still, there is no denying that opening the series on the road adds a layer of challenge. Toronto is buzzing right now. It has been more than 3 decades since the Blue Jays were last in the World Series, and that city is ready to explode. You can almost feel the energy through the screen. Their fans have been waiting a lifetime for this, and they are not going to make it easy for any visiting team. Game 1 is going to be loud, it is going to be emotional, and it is going to test the Dodgers' focus. But if there is one team built for this kind of atmosphere, it is this one. Blake Snell knows what it is like to pitch under pressure. He's been on this stage before, and he knows how to silence a hostile crowd. The Dodgers trust his poise, his experience, and that lethal mix of pitches that has carried him through so many big games. Yamamoto, on the other hand, will get his first taste of World Series baseball in Game 2, and that is going to be fascinating to watch. The rookie sensation has shown maturity beyond his years all season long, and if he can handle the moment the way he handled every challenge so far, the Dodgers could be heading back to Los Angeles in control of this series. And speaking of Los Angeles, once the series shifts back home, you can expect the entire city to come alive. Monday through Wednesday of next week are going to be absolute chaos around Dodger Stadium. Anyone who remembers what the city felt like back in 2017 knows exactly what I mean. That was 8 years ago, but it still feels fresh in the memory. It was the first time in 29 years that the Dodgers had reached the World Series, and the atmosphere was unreal. The streets were packed, the stadium was electric, and the city pulsed with blue and white everywhere you looked. This time, it is going to be even bigger. The Dodgers have built something special since then, a culture, a standard, an expectation of greatness, and fans are ready to see another title come home. Now, the interesting thing about this matchup is that it is completely new territory. The Dodgers and Blue Jays have never faced each other in a World Series before. This is uncharted ground for both sides, and that adds a whole new layer of intrigue. It is not just the baseball side of it. There is history between these two organizations that stretches beyond the field. Remember the Shohei Ohtani sweepstakes? The Dodgers and the Blue Jays were the final 2 teams fighting to sign him, going head-to-head in what felt like a movie script. There were rumors, flights being tracked, and fans speculating nonstop. In the end, Ohtani chose Los Angeles, but that moment connected these 2 franchises in a way that makes this World Series feel almost poetic. It is as if baseball is giving them one more round to settle things, not with contracts or negotiations this time, but with bats and pitches on the field. The Blue Jays, of course, are coming in hot. Their lineup is loaded, their pitching staff has found its rhythm, and they're playing with the confidence of a team that believes destiny is on their side. But the Dodgers have been here before. They know what it takes to win it all. They know the mental grind, the travel, the pressure, the noise. They have the depth, the leadership, and the balance that great championship teams are built on. The big question will be how the bullpen holds up and whether the Dodgers can keep their offense consistent through those first 2 games in Toronto. And yes, there is still a bit of uncertainty surrounding the roster. One of the biggest talking points right now is Tanner Scott and whether he will be ready to go. Dave Roberts addressed that, but his words left things pretty open. It sounds like the Dodgers are still evaluating his health, watching how he responds to throwing sessions and bullpen work. You can tell the player wants to be there. Who wouldn't want to pitch in the World Series? But sometimes desire alone is not enough. It is the end of the season, and the margin for error is 0. You cannot afford to carry anyone who is not 100% ready. From a competitive standpoint, it makes sense to be cautious. The Dodgers have worked too hard to get here to take unnecessary risks. If Tanner Scott is not fully recovered, it is better to trust someone who is healthy and ready to deliver in high-pressure situations. Every inning matters now. Every mistake can swing momentum. The Dodgers have one goal and one goal only: to finish the job and bring another championship to Los Angeles. When you look back at how this team has evolved over the past few years, it is clear how much depth and resilience define them. They have weathered injuries, slumps, and tough series, but every time they are counted out, they find a way to bounce back stronger. That is the identity of this team. And this World Series is their chance to show that once again. It is not just about talent anymore. It is about execution, focus, and belief. Toronto might have the crowd, but the Dodgers have the experience. They know the moment cannot be too big because they have lived it before. For Los Angeles fans, this is more than just baseball. It is about pride, about a city that has embraced this team through thick and thin, and about players who understand what it means to wear that Dodger blue. So as we get closer to first pitch, the anticipation builds. The lights will be brighter, the stakes will be higher, and every play will matter. It is October baseball at its best: unpredictable, emotional, and absolutely thrilling. The Dodgers have their plan in place, their rotation set, and their eyes fixed on one thing: that World Series trophy. And if things go their way in these first few games, the champagne might just be popping in Los Angeles sooner than anyone expects. Once the series makes its way back to Los Angeles, everything changes. The rhythm, the atmosphere, even the pressure, it all feels different when the Dodgers step onto their own field with that familiar crowd roaring behind them. There is something about playing in Dodger Stadium in October that feels almost cinematic. The air is cooler, the lights hit differently, and you can practically feel the energy pulsing through the seats before the first pitch is even thrown. Every cheer echoes, every out feels personal, and the fans know they are witnessing something special. For a city that has lived through so many incredible baseball moments, another World Series run just adds to the legacy. Games 3 and 4 are set for Monday and Tuesday, and if this series goes deep, a possible Game 5 could happen on Wednesday. Those 3 days are going to completely take over Los Angeles. Traffic around Chavez Ravine will be chaos, and downtown will be filled with fans in blue, flags flying from cars, people skipping work just to be part of the moment. It is the kind of chaos everyone loves, the good kind, the kind that only happens when a championship is on the line. And if the Dodgers manage to win those home games, the whole city could be celebrating before the week is over. Thinking back to 2017, it is impossible not to remember the feeling of that World Series, the noise, the intensity, the heartbreak, and the sense of unfinished business. 8 years later, that fire still burns. Los Angeles never forgets. Fans still talk about it, still remember where they were when those games unfolded. There's a sense that this team has been building toward redemption ever since. Winning it all this year would not just be another title. It would feel like the payoff for everything the franchise has worked toward over the past decade. From the heartbreaks to the near misses, this group has learned how to stay hungry, how to stay disciplined, and how to stay ready. The Dodgers core has changed, evolved, and matured. Veterans have become leaders. Young stars have turned into faces of the franchise, and the entire organization has developed a mindset that every single game matters. They have been through just about everything together: tough losses, injuries, long road trips, and massive expectations. And through it all, they have remained steady. That is what separates the Dodgers from the rest of the league. They do not just rely on talent. They rely on preparation and trust. When the lights get brightest, this team does not panic. They execute. Facing the Blue Jays, though, is not going to be easy. Toronto's lineup is stacked with hitters who can change a game with one swing. They have youth, they have energy, and their fans will make sure every at-bat feels like a battle. But that is the beauty of the World Series. It is supposed to be hard. It is supposed to test every weakness, every bit of composure a team has. And if you're the Dodgers, this is exactly the kind of series you want. It forces you to dig deep, to find that extra edge that champions always find when the pressure hits. Dave Roberts knows that every decision he makes will be under a microscope. Whether it is choosing who starts Game 3, possibly Tyler Glasnow or Shohei Ohtani, or how to manage the bullpen late in a tight game, every call will be crucial. Ohtani's potential start will bring an entirely new level of excitement to Dodger Stadium. Imagine the crowd when his name is announced, when he steps on the mound with the whole city behind him. It will be one of those moments that defines eras, not just games. Fans have been dreaming of seeing Ohtani pitch in a World Series wearing Dodger blue ever since he joined the team, and now that possibility is just days away. But beyond the big names and storylines, there is another layer to this series: health and endurance. After a long season, fatigue starts to creep in. Pitchers have logged hundreds of innings. Hitters have taken thousands of swings, and every player is nursing something. This is where discipline and depth matter. The Dodgers' ability to use their bench, to trust the next man up, is one of their biggest strengths. When you think about how they have managed injuries all year long, it becomes clear that this team has been preparing for exactly this moment. Still, there are lingering questions about Tanner Scott. The left-hander situation remains uncertain, and Roberts' comments made it clear that no final decision has been made. The coaching staff wants to see how he feels after a few more sessions, but everyone knows the risk. You cannot afford to carry someone who is less than 100% in a series like this. The Blue Jays will capitalize on any weakness. Every pitch counts. Every matchup matters. And if someone is not fully ready, it can cost you a game or even the championship. The Dodgers need arms that can deliver without hesitation. If that means leaving Scott off the roster, so be it. The goal is not to please anyone. The goal is to win. But before we move forward, don't forget to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest news about the Los Angeles Dodgers. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the news, so drop a comment below. Baseball insiders are buzzing, and the rumor mill is running at full speed. The Los Angeles Dodgers may be on the verge of a seismic move, reportedly targeting ace pitcher Sandy Alcántara to reinforce their starting rotation. Sources close to the team suggest that discussions have already heated up, sending shockwaves through the MLB community. If true, this would mark one of the most audacious acquisitions of the offseason and signal that the Dodgers are doubling down on their championship ambitions. Alcántara, known for his electrifying fastball and devastating breaking pitches, has emerged as one of the most dominant arms in recent years. His presence on the mound could transform the Dodgers' rotation from strong to practically unstoppable, especially with the postseason looming. While no official announcements have been made, whispers indicate that front office executives are exploring every possible avenue to make this blockbuster deal happen. Fans have been quick to react on social media, with speculation running wild about what a pairing like this could mean for the Dodgers' World Series hopes. Analysts are already crunching numbers, predicting a dramatic shift in the National League landscape if Alcántara dons Dodger blue. Some insiders even suggest that negotiations could hinge on a combination of young prospects and established talent, hinting at a high-stakes chess game behind the scenes. Meanwhile, Alcántara's own camp has remained tight-lipped, adding fuel to the rumor fire. The pitcher, celebrated for his durability and strikeout prowess, could immediately slot into the Dodgers' rotation as a frontline starter, providing the consistency and firepower needed to dominate in October. Rival teams are reportedly watching the situation closely, aware that a deal of this magnitude could reshape the balance of power across the league. While nothing is confirmed, The buzz around Sandy Alcantara and the Dodgers has ignited conversations from LA to Miami. Could this be the offseason move that finally cements the Dodgers as the team to beat? Or is it merely another tantalizing rumor destined to fade? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain. The mound in Los Angeles just got a lot more interesting. That's all for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay up to date with exclusive news about the Los Angeles Dodgers, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We always appreciate your comments and feedback. See you in the next video.